ما إجابة وكيف أنت تريد أن تكون؟
Sorry, that one instead of هذا الوقت can we write هذا المرة؟
هذه المرة.
هذه المرة.
Okay.
Sorry.
La yumkinu man. Who cannot man? I, he, she. Okay, so annani is it? Me. Naam. Yes, correct. Annani la yumkinu. Sahih. Yumkinu an azhaba إلى الشاطئ. صحيح. أوكي جيد صحيح. الجو ممطر وهذا يعني أنني لا يمكنني أن أذهب إلى الشاطئ. Good, right? So means I cannot go to beach. أيوة. سؤال ثاني. رزق.
ظن أمي أن نجحت في اختبار.
So أنا أو أنا. أنا صحيح.
أنا.
أنا ماذا؟
أنا نجحت.
أنني.
Why أنني?
Because anna, if you followed by a noun, pronoun, sorry, you have to put this anni, right?
But
so
if I'm saying najahtu, then doesn't that all include, I
what is
succeeded?
that the anna for?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
so-
both. So it has to be annani najahtu.
I was sahih.
Oh,
Correct. That I.
that I succeeded, right?
Correct. Okay, so only the anna, right, is the same like the anna. You must actually replace the pronoun with the possessed suffix at the end. Yeah, and it must be connected. Okay, so it becomes zonnas ummi, annani, right, or anni, najahtu fil ijtihad. Okay, Jay. So masalis,
If you say my exam, do you say imtihani?
ni sahih ijtihad or ikhtibari. Jay. Okay, Zakia.
أشعر بأن علم في قلبي كبير.
Kabir. Okay, so ash'uru bi anna al-alam, sahih? Alam. Is it big?
Yes.
Okay, bi anna al-alam fi qalbi
كبير.
kabir. Aywa, sahih.
So,
So,
so you say big thing?
no, my
Shadid?
yes, shadid
Or
or
rahib or
yes, correct.
shadid.
Nah, sahih. It's better to use the word shadid, like it's very deep, yes, extreme. Shadid. It's better to use shadid. Okay.
That is so scary.
So marabit, ya Azima.
هل تعرفين عن غدا
Anna al-utla? Kada al-utla, okay. Ma mana kada? What did you get? The word kada. You haven't learned the word kada, but what did you get?
غدا.
Oh, gadan. Yeah, kada. Okay. We have another type of word which is kada, and that one going to learn next time. We have the meaning of the word kada. Okay. Now, gadan. Anna mana? Okay. So hal ta'rifina anna gadan mutlaq. Okay. Mungkin. Do you know that tomorrow is a holiday? Okay. So makhamis, Razia?
قرأت في الجريدة أن رئيس مات.
Nah, anna rais mata.
I wanted to say Trump, but then I said no.
Okay. So masalis, ya Zakia.
أستاذ يقول إن يذهب أنا أذهب إلى مدرسة مبكرا جديد.
So Al-Ustaz yaqulu innani, right? Then I, innani.
إنني wait, let me first. الأستاذ يقول إنني I should
So if you say I should, right, you have two ways on how to say I should. Because we haven't learned that verb, but now you can use that one. Okay, so we have three different ways on how to say should. First one is you can use the word la budda. I think you already have heard this word. I repeated all this word all along. Right? I always use this word, la budda.
So should and must is the same in this
Same,
one?
correct. So la budda, if you say la budda, right, means should or must. So la budda an, followed by a verb. Or you can also say the word yajib an.
So if you want to say I should, then you have to say ajib.
No, yajibu an. This word yajibu la budda, right, it must always come in the same form. Same thing like yumkin.
Okay.
Okay, same thing like yumkin. Doesn't need to change the conjugation. Okay, and the other one is ala an. Okay,
Oh,
so this one ala, right? For example, you say alaika, like alaika an tada ismaka fil warak. Means you should put your name on your paper. So alaika. So I don't need to put any verb. I just say alaika. So alaika an tada means you should put your name. So we have three different ways on how to say you should or you must in Arabic, right? So for example, we say ala Muhammad an maza maza. So Muhammad should do something. Okay, or if you don't put the word Muhammad, you can just replace with pronoun like alaika, alaiki, alayya, right? So we have three different ways how to say must and should. So this is the ta'birat. This is how you use the expression. Okay. So for example, if you want to see just now your sentence.
الأستاذ يقول إنني
Yajib.
يجب أن يذهب إلى مدرسة بكرة.
نعم صحيح. Okay. So يقول إنني يجب أن أذهب, right? أن أذهب إلى المدرسة مبكرا. Okay. نعم. ثم السابع يا أزيد.
أنتم لا تعلمون أنها ماتت.
أسبوع الماضي. Okay. So لا تعلمون أنها ماتت أسبوع الماضي. Okay. الثامن يا رزيا.
قلنا
نفهم.
نفهم. Please قلنا.
كلنا means all of us.
Okay. قلنا نفهم أن هذه المادة صعبة جدا.
Okay, صحيح. نعم. كلنا نفهم أن هذه المادة صعبة جدا. This subject is very difficult. I know. So متى زكية.
لا أحد يعرف أنني لا أحد
None. No one. No one. No one knows.
No one knows.
Correct.
يعرف أن الجو سيكون ممطر.
نعم. Okay. So لا أحد يعرف أن الجو سيكون ممطر. Okay. أيوة. Right. No one knows. أيوة.
It's gonna rain tomorrow.
Okay. ثم أخيرا أزيمة.
اليوم في الصباح تذكرت af'al wajibi.
Tazakartu annani lam
Af'al wajibi.
aywa annani lam af'al wajibi. So I didn't do my homework. Okay. Nah, sahih. Okay, so hada yani al-kayfiyah antum tukawwinul jumlah. So that's how you form a sentence using all this anna. Right? Okay. So hal hunaka soal? إذا كان هناك سؤال يمكن أن ننتقل إلى موضوع الجديد. If there's no question, then we're going to move to a new topic. Okay? Okay. So الصفحة التالية, let's look at next page. الصفحة التالية هناك الموضوع الجديد يعني ما زال. Okay, so ما زال يعني بمعنى still or continue. Okay, so هذه الكلمات ما زال يعني is the concept of the word still in English, right? So normally in English you see if you put the word still, right, doesn't need to put any conjugation. So of course in English we don't, the still here is considered as not a verb, it's just a particle or it's just a particle where you want to express the verb of mazal, sorry, the express of the word continuing, right? So that one still. So in Arabic this mazala, even though the form of the word here is a past tense form, but the meaning is for present. That's why it's still continuing. Okay? So the concept of this mazala, right, is the same thing like kana and bada'a. Same thing like kana and bada'a. Okay, al-qa'idati lihadhihi kalimat mazala or lihadha fi'il mazala fi nafsil kawaid misla kalimat kana wa bada'a. So they have the same rules like kana and bada'a. So like the word kana, masalah kanat. Okay. So the other one is same thing, bada'at. Ta'malu fil
That means always followed by present tense.
Yes, correct. So same thing. So for the word mazala, it's the same thing like the other two. You have to follow by a present tense. Doesn't need to actually translate the word to. Because for the word still, right, doesn't have word to. But as for the other two verbs here like kana and bada'a, normally in English you have word to, like used to, started to, or begin to, right? But only for the word mazalat, it doesn't really, it actually is the same like in English, we don't have the particle of to. So for this one, even though there's no particle of to, but you also have to follow by a present tense. So here become mazala sta'mal. Okay, so these three words or these three verbs, they have the same rules. So make sure all these first three verbs, right, kana, bada'a, and mazala, they have to actually conjugate the verb as if it's a past tense. Like mazalat, mazilna means we still. Okay, mazilna na'mal fi hazihi wizara. We still work in this ministry. Mazilna. So that's why you can see that the conjugation of the word mazala, they already wrote for you. Maziltu means I still, right? Mazilta, mazilti, mazala, mazalat, mazilna, maziltum, wa mazal. So this verb normally you always followed by a present tense. And it can also followed by a noun or adjective. Same thing like kana, right? You can see the example given here. Maha mazalat talibatan. So same thing, the noun or adjective must always end with double fathah. Okay, maha mazalat talibatan means maha is still, right, a student. And then ukhti mazalat marida, so my sister is still sick. Hal maziltum taskununa huna, so are you still staying here? And then the next one, mazalu yash'uruna bil wahda. So they still feel lonely. Okay, so you can also use mazal as a same thing like kana. It can also followed by a noun or adjective, but the last letter must always be double fathah. So that one is only applied for a singular or plural form, right? Singular or non-human, like jamak taksir. But if it's a dual form or jamak mudzakkar, right, you must follow the rules that we actually have learned before.
But I thought that was only for nominal sentence. You know, for kana.
It's for kana. Example here, right? You say kana, مثلا كان الطالبان طالبان مريضين means the two students was sick. So if you change the kana, this one become mazala. So mazala maridain means the two students still sick. So they have the same rule like the kana verb. When it comes to dual form, you must use the suffix of yad nun instead of double fathah. Okay? So this one is for dual form. If it's for jamak mudzakkar, same thing, you have to use the other suffix yad nun. Masalah kana tulab maridina. The other one is mazala at-tulab maridina. So for this case, right, if for example the sentence begin with the verb mazala, this mazala must be singular. But if you want to start the sentence with a noun, which is at-tulab, this one must be changed into plural form, which is mazalu. And then follows the same rule here. Okay? So kanatulab maridina means the students were sick. If you say mazalatulab maridina, the students still sick. Same goes to this one, it's just that they use a different position. This one is jumlah fi'liyah, the other one is jumlah ismiyah.
So we're not doing mariduna because it is a predicate?
Correct. So this predicate is changed because of these two verbs. Because the technical one is where predicate must always be waw nun, right? Waw nun for the jamak mudzakkar. Same goes for this one, it has to be alif nun. But once you have these two verbs, right, kan and mazala, this predicate must be changed to a different suffix.
And if it is singular?
Which one? Which one is the singular?
Talib.
Talib, then just put
Then
double
it should
fathah.
be maridon.
Maridun, sahih.
Okay. And if it is a verbal sentence, then you don't have to put any of the double fatha or anything. So if you say that
If it's a normal verb, then you need to put double fathah. If it's kana or mazala, you must put double fathah on this predicate.
if you say he was working,
He was working.
so then that means kana.
Oh no, if he was working, right, you just use the past tense form. Because we don't have past continuous. In Arabic, we don't have past continuous and we
No,
don't have
but
present continuous.
He used to work as an engineer.
Correct. Then you can use this one. He used to work.
So there's no double fatha, right?
There's no double fathah.
Right, but only in the nominal sentence.
Yes.
So
Then-
then for that one on the muhandis, you don't have a double fatha, right?
If you say he was an
He
engineer,
was working as an engineer. If you say kana, ya'mal, muhandisan.
yes, that one is muhandisan is for a different meaning,
Because
different
as a-
reason because
yeah.
of the word work,
Yeah.
not because of the kana.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So this one also can be changed into nominal sentence. Like this one can say atulab kan. Right, you already know what is the mudzakkar, right? What is the conjugation for whom, right? So you say atulab kanu maridina. Same goes to this one, atulab mazal. But if you want to use a nominal sentence, you want to make sure it has to be start with a verb, then this verb must be singular. Kana tulab or mazala tulab. Okay, so kana, bada'a and mazala, all these three verbs have the same roots. Okay? So that's why they compare with all these three different verbs. Like kuntu al'ab kurat al-qadam as-sana al-madiyah. So I used to play. The other one is maziltu al'ab, I still play. Okay? And the other one is kanu yatabadaluna, they used to exchange. The other one is mazalu yatabadaluna, they still exchange. So they just want you to compare because these two words have the same rules. And same goes to the word bada'a. Below it says I began or I have begun to attend, right? So bada'tu ahdurul muhadarat anil adab. So this verb bada'a is also have the same rules like kana and mazala. Right? Bada'u yataghayyabun anil amal. So they begin to be absent from work. The other one is hal bada'tum at-tadkhin. Have you all started smoking? Okay. So if you look at the footnote, right, it says this idiom is actually composed of the verb zala. So the word ma, right, is not have any negation meaning. It just as like one phrase, ma zala. It's like one word. There's no meaning for the word ma. Okay. It's just the word itself. Wazi? Okay, so if for example I ask you, hal anti ma zilti ta'mal fil syarikat al-haliya, then you say na'am ma ziltu a'mal. Right, means you say if you still working in the same company, then you say na'am ma ziltu a'mal. If you say la, right, you say la lam a'mal, I didn't work there. Okay, now so inshallah in the next lesson we're going to do more revision on speaking, right, by using all these mazala, kana, bada'a and so on. Okay, now for now let's look at the next page, as-safha taliya tamrin al-ashir. So this one they just want you to use all these 3 different verbs, okay, to create a time frame of the following sentences. Okay, now the first one, let's hear from Zakia. You can choose anything. It's either bada'a, kana or mazala.
She still stays with her grandparents.
Grandmother. Okay, now sahih. Sahih, Azima. Okay, now so Mazil now. So Mama now. Ijabah tu.
We still watch the movie.
We still watch the movie. Marathon?
Once.
Yes, once in a week, right? Or once in every week. Aywa. So method is Razia.
Mazala yash'uru bil fujur.
Okay. Mazala. Okay, Mama now.
He still feels shy.
Okay, Jai. Arabic, Zakia. Okay, now so mazil tu. So Mama now asku. Mazil tu asku. I still wake up, Jai.
My house started at 6.
7 o'clock
morning.
in the morning. Aywa. Azima.
Kana yusaid
Nah, so Mama nak kena Ustaz. Correct, he used to have. This, ya Razia.
Mazalu.
Mazalu. Okay,
Ya
okay.
yabuna an as-safha.
Okay, so Mama nak Mazalu
They are still absent from class a lot.
yes, okay. Now, as studies.
Like
Yeah.
Mudalisa, you said if it is in the beginning, you don't need to conjugate it.
Yeah, correct. But for this one, it must be conjugating because there's no noun that is mentioned here. It's just the pronoun. So if there's no noun, right, is mentioned, then you just use the pronoun. So you just use the actual conjugation. But if you say atullah mazalu, that one is correct. But you say mazala atullah, you say the specific group of people, then you must make sure it has to be a singular form of the word. But now you don't mention the any noun, right? You just use the pronoun instead, which is they. So doesn't need to make it as a singular. You must make it as a plural form to show it as for plural. Okay. So your answer is correct. Mazalu yataghayyarun. So masadis ya Razia. Ya Zakia. Okay, Mama nak.
I hope to wake up like
Asbaha. Asbaha, right? Yes. Asbaha bermakna become. So
I want to become a doctor.
correct. I want to become.
I still want.
Yes, I still want to become a doctor. Jai. Athami. Ya, Azima.
Badak jenis selasa marak
Badak kan? You just urut badak kan?
ya.
Okay. So badak tatal abnam. Cuma mana? He or you?
You started to play tennis 3 times.
Okay lah. You started to play tennis. I will ask.
Asbaha, is another meaning, no?
Mana?
Is there another meaning for asbaha? It just means become.
Become.
What asbaha mean be something?
La. Asbaha is actually means to become. Even though the spelling is the same like the word sabah, but there's no relation between sabah and asbah. Asbah it means to become. Okay. Nah. Okay, so next one, number 9, Razia.
Can you write Kurma?
Nah, mungkin guna.
Kunna nuhibbu an najlisa fil cafeteria.
Aywa sahih. Nuhibbu an najlis fil cafeteria. So apa makna?
We used to love sitting in the cafeteria.
Aywa sahih. So akhiran Zakia. Apa makna?
I still visit my
Kuntu
relatives.
or maziltu? You use which one?
I said at Mazil. I
Mazil.
still visit my relatives every 2 weeks or 3.
Aywa sahih. 2 weeks or 3. Okay. Okay. Now, so let's look at the next one, exercise below. Right. The continuation of this exercise. This time you have to actually complete the sentence. Let's hear from Azima. Tazawwajat.
Tazawwajat minal rajul
Akhar.
ahad. Walakin Khalid
How to say? Say that the girl got married with another man. Walakin but Khalid mazala.
yuhibbuha.
Now, okay, sahih. Walakin Khalid mazala yuhibbuha, right? He still likes her. Jaya. Now, asal ni, Razia.
عندما كان محمد طالبا في جامعة القاهرة كان يدخن كثيرا.
Okay. Kana yudakhinu kasiran. So he used to smoke a lot. Okay, Jaya. Nah, summa asali Sasha, Zakia.
معها تعيش في أمريكا.
أمريكا.
لكنها ما زالت أتكلم اللغة العربية في البيت.
Nah, mazalas tatakallam.
تتكلم عربية.
Aywa, correct. So mazalas tatakallam al-lughat al-arabiyyah. So she still talk in Arabic at home, right? Okay. Even though she stay at America. Good. So ma'arabi Aisha, yang Azima.
As-saghira
Which one? Ukti as-saghira mazalat tal'abu ma'azika. So ukti saghira mazalat. She still, right? She still play with her friend. Okay, now sahih. So ma'akha Sasha, ya Razia.
ما زلت أقابل مع أصدقائي من المدرسة الثانوية.
So maziltu
ما زلت أقابل
ma'azikoi. Okay, so I still meet my friend, is it? Okay, good, Jai, sahih. Okay, so I will give you another one. We actually have another meaning for this kana and mazala. For example, you already learned what is kana, what is mazala, right? But if these two verbs comes together, masalan, okay, Muhammad kana wa mazala sadiqi.
Was and still.
Yes, so in other words means,
Was still with.
so Muhammad has been my friend.
Oh.
So kana wa mazala, right, if you put it together, it means has been. So it means that it already has been done before and then it's still going on.
Oh.
So kana wa mazala. So he has been my friend. So Muhammad has been my friend for a long time. Then Muhammad kana wa mazala sadiqi munzu waqtin tawil.
So was and still is.
Correct. Okay, so these are another terms that you can use. When you put it these two verbs together, right, it means has been. Okay. So in the past and in the present, he's still your friend, right? Okay. Okay, so inshallah we're going to continue to the next lesson. Okay, so try your best to do again. Try to do the listening exercise because we are going to do it next week, next lesson. Okay, and before that, I want to do as homework for this page, next page. So we have this one exercise comprehension, right? Nashatul Qira'ah. So try to understand this short text, the news article, right? The news article, Rais Al-Filbin Yazur Abu Tobi. So try to understand this text, short passage, and then answer the following question. Okay, and then we're going to do together the istimah. Okay, next lesson. Okay,
Sorry, there is just this one, page 236.
236 and Tamrin Asani Ashar. Only the exercise 12. Exercise 13, that one if we have time, we're going to do it next time.
Okay, so only exercise 12.
Yes.
And this one we have to listen to it from the DVD.
No, this one is
No.
not. Yeah, it's
Oh,
just the
just the article.
just article.
Will you be using a DVD in the future, like level up, maybe high
We
level?
still use the DVD.
Let's say homework lah.
Yes.
Okay, because I have trouble opening it.
Even until you kitab tu, right, we still
Even
use
level 8,
correct.
9, 10.
Yes. Like we have exercise for homework for the listening. Okay. Now, so
Actually, I
inshallah,
think when we read it is easier. When we listen, we don't understand anything.
because of the accent.
Yeah.
Yes. Because of the accent. So that's why it's actually
That's
good
good.
for you to actually do more practice on listening. Okay. Okay. So inshallah, see you next week. Ma'assalamah ila liqa.